chatted in a minute and I thought we were due for another little yip yap vlog session. Right now I'm doing some online classes. I feel like normally this is my hour where I would yap and complain about something and vent about something, but I'm kind of all vented out right now. But give me like an hour to reset and I'll have something to complain about. I'm actually not kidding. Yesterday I had a whole situation at the DMV, or no, it was 2 days ago actually. Yeah, it was 2 days ago, and like that shit pissed me off so bad, but it's like I feel like if I resurface that, then it's just gonna fuel up the anger inside of me. So I would rather just leave it in the past and move forward with my life. But when does a DMV experience ever go smoothly? Anyways, here's my gorgeous little breakfast. It is actually a toast, and my doctor said I may potentially have a gluten intolerance, but I feel like if it was super serious, they would have called me up by now because they did my... I feel like if it was serious, they would have called me up by now because they took my blood work like actually exactly a week ago. And I think I'm fine, but actually at the same time, every time I eat, I'm in like raging stomach pain. So I don't know, actually that could be something wrong with me, but it's just a little work I have. Taste test. Pretty solid. Anyways, I'm gonna do my online class and I'll chat with you later. Alright y'all, it's due for another cofferoonie. Not gonna lie, I have some little plans planned for later today. What is this angle? Sorry. Let me scoot you in closer. I don't really have like a established plan for today, which is kind of like off my normal routine, because normally I'm like, I'm gonna go to the gym this time, I'm gonna go to school at this time, I'm gonna go to work at this time, you know what I mean? And it's like, like I do have things, but not like crazy, you know? So, was that satisfying? The only thing I really have today is therapy at 12:15, which is very much needed. Actually, you know what's so funny? So, okay, I went to Arizona in January to see my bestie Westie for Esty because we're long distance best friends. It's a very long story, but we met during COVID online, and you know, so now we're long distance. And anyways, I went to visit her in Arizona in January, and when I came back, holy shit, I was so depressed, right? Which, oh my god, is this like really TMI? I'm sorry. If you can click away, actually, I might not even include this, who knows, right? I just got like smashed with just this horrible, poor mood, let's just say, right? And so then I was like, holy shit, like I need to like see some therapy, right? And also like my doctor told me that this is just a lot of TMI, you know what? I'm not gonna go down into the details, right? But anyways, so I started seeing a therapist. All is well. He is a little bit of a character, we can say. He's a little questionable sometimes, you know. He says some things and I'm like, he uses specific language that can just be a little bit like an indication of what kind of a character he is, you know what I mean? Like, you know when somebody says something and you're like, right? Like you can kind of tell they're a red flag just based off like just the things that they say and then the vocabulary that they select, right? He's kind of within that realm, right? And he's this older Polish man. We get along, I guess, but he does like, so like an example, he refers to women as chicks. Bruh. Which again, it's not like a big deal, but it's like when I meet, like let's just say I know somebody, like a human, a man who says chicks, right? I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? Like I can be cordial with you, but I don't really like want to associate further with you. Do you know what I mean? I think most women will probably agree with me. Some people don't care and some people like doesn't affect them, but it's like I feel like it's a little bit, I feel like there's some underlying derogatoriness to that, you know what I mean? Again, it's not a big deal. Like him saying chicks is not like, it's not gonna fucking make me jump off a fucking cliff, right? But I feel like it's the principle of the matter, right? It's like, or is it? I don't even know. I feel like if you choose to use that kind of vocabulary, like you're actively, I don't know, have this kind of image of like, or like you have this kind of mindset on women, right? And it's like, I'm not here to be like a fucking activist of like, yes, like, you know what I mean? But it's like, don't say chicks, right? Like that's not my point, but you know what? I don't need to explain myself. Maybe someone gets what I'm saying, but like, whatever, it's not a fucking big deal, right? But he says that and he'll be like, you know, I had this patient kind of similar to your age, this chick, right? And like, I'm like, I don't know, but like it feels a little bit interesting, I don't know. And then he says some other things that are like way more wild, but I'm not gonna expose him like that, right? But anyways, I've been kind of like thinking about like, the thing is like in like the underlying layers of my brain, like down here, it's telling me like change therapist, right? But at the same time, like when every session we do, I swear to God, maybe this should be the first red flag. He always is like, let me know if you want to change therapists. By the way, I have other female therapists if you prefer. And I was like, every time I'm like, oh no, it's okay. Like the first session I was like, oh, it's totally fine, like I don't mind. And then the second session I was like, it's okay. Each session we go by, I'm just like, it's okay, I'm fine. But every session he asks me, so maybe he's just super sweet and reassuring and kind and just like such like a thoughtful person, or like deep down he knows that he's probably a little bit fucked up. I don't know. He's like not that sympathetic, right? I feel like I thought I was gonna go to therapy and someone was gonna be like, you know what, it's okay, like you will get through this, like you are strong, you are amazing. But he's just like, he literally told me one time, he was like, yeah, you know, your problems are problems, but there are starving kids in Africa, so your problems aren't really that bad. And I was like, you know, that's true, so I guess I'm getting over it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should I switch therapists? Comment down below. I'm kidding, I probably won't. You know, my insurance covers him, so it's fine, whatever. But the funny thing is, actually, I ended up going to Cabo, the best trip of my life. Actually, I don't even know. It was like, it's up there, right? But me and my best friend, once again, the long distance one, I also have the Cabo vlog. I think it's up here on this corner. I think so. If you want to click, you should watch that vlog. It's really nice. We went to Cabo together and that was like the greatest time of my life. Literally talking about it just makes me like giddy and happy just because it was such a great experience. And I come back from Cabo to therapy and then I literally told him, I'm like, hey, like, I feel like I'm all good now. Like, I don't really feel depressed anymore. And he was just like, you want to like walk out of here or something? And I was like, I mean, I don't know, right? But I was just like, I just feel like happy, right? Because it's funny because the only reason I said that was because he was like, you know, people come to therapy because they have like issues with their mindset and they're sad and they're this and they're that and whatever. And he was like, I've never, you know, no one's ever come into my office and told me, hey, I'm so happy. Like no one's ever come in here with such like a joyous mindset, positivity, whatever, and like still wants therapy. Just like crazy because a lot of people are like such advocates for therapy. They're like, everyone should be in therapy. I think everyone, you know what I mean? But it's like, I feel like it gets to a point, like once I'm happy, I feel like I'm good. I don't know. But you know what? When I first started going to therapy, I actually felt way worse because I would just uncover my old wounds and then I would cry about it for the entire session and then I would just leave and he'd be like, all right, well, see you next week. And I'm like, I guess, I don't know. I come back from Cabo and then here I am. It's my, like, you know, I had like my first session that I didn't cry at all. I did kind of like hold back some tears. I want y'all to know what's going on behind you. Yo. Goose. Stop it. But like when I came back from Cabo, I had my first session that I didn't bawl my eyes out the entire time, right? Because I felt like good. And honestly, since Cabo, I feel like my mindset mentality has been pretty good for the most part. Like there's little things that I can like probably improve upon, but it's like things that like I know deep down I can just change it. But right now I'm just gonna let myself be a little bit like moody. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna make my coffee and then I'm gonna do my online class and then we'll chat later. Alrighty, bye. So currently I'm editing, if you couldn't tell, but I have therapy in roughly 30 minutes, so I just decided to start, you know, preparing myself a little bit. But I wanted to say something. When I woke up this morning, I was like, oh my good lord, like what, did I sleep wrong or something? My neck feels like shit. Like, you know when like you wake up and you probably like slept in like a fucking pretzel position or like your neck was like twisted in a fucking knot? That's what it felt like. And I was like, damn, like my neck is sore as hell, right? But then I was like, shit, my entire neck is sore. And I was like, shit, like all my like shoulder, like everything here is so sore. And then I remembered, I was like, wait, I don't think I slept wrong. It's just because I'm so freaking jacked and gym crazy. Okay, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. Yesterday was the first time that, so yesterday, oh my God, I'm sorry that I need to get better at saying a full sentence without interrupting myself in the middle of my sentence. And also I need to stop using the word like in between every single word, especially the video I'm editing right now. Oh my good lord, I said like so many times. I genuinely understand if everyone disliked that video. Like, I just said it right now. Oh my God. Yesterday I hit a back, bicep, and rear delt kind of a moment, right? So it was mostly a back day, but I decided to include a little bit of rear delts in there as well, just because it is a part of your back and whatever. And also I try to hit rear delts as often as I can, just because the cables are always taken, and so I can never really hit them, and so they're kind of just neglected, not because I forget or not because I choose to do them, it's because the machines are always taken, and so then I just can never hit rear delts, right? And I would rather hit like all the other components versus, you know what I mean? And so I don't end up waiting for the cables to do rear delts, but I wait for everything else. Does that make sense? I just don't put them at number one priority, but I still prioritize them. Anyways, besides the point, yesterday I decided to do upright rows. So it's like when you're standing up and you have the easy bar and then you're like doing the rows, whatever. And first of all, I haven't done them in a minute, like probably a couple months, and that was the only thing that I could do for rear delts, just because everything else was taken. And so I decided to look up a TikTok on how to do them right, even though I know, but I just want to like make sure I'm doing them right. And it's so funny because I swear in my brain, if anytime I look up some sort of like gym TikTok on my phone, I feel like the whole world is staring at me and everyone is thinking like, you are at the gym looking up a TikTok on how to do gym form? Like, you are actually the most brain dead person. Why do you even have a gym membership? You don't belong at the gym because you clearly don't know what you're doing because you're looking up a TikTok on how to do it. That's how I feel every time I open up my phone to look up form videos on TikTok. And so what I do is I put my brightness all the way down and I go like this and I'm like, but actually yesterday I was like, you know what, I don't give a fuck, because I genuinely cannot care about everyone else's opinion when I'm already thinking so much about my own thoughts. Why are other people's thoughts, potential thoughts, invading my brain? You know what I mean? Actually, besides the point, I'm gonna move on. But yesterday I was doing those upright rows, and yesterday was the first time that I've hit upper body and that I've been like, shit, I'm actually like fucking jacked as hell, right? When I hit legs, within the last like couple weeks, I'm like, damn, like, I can't, like, I'm walking around with this, like, fucking yacht around. Like, how am I walking around? Like, I feel like I have to fucking move each leg with every step that I take. I'm like, boom, boom, right? It's like, my ego was literally through the roof. It's not even funny, right? But yesterday, I was doing these upright rows, and I was just standing there doing them like this, right? And I was like, oh my good lord, I feel so buff right now, right? And I swear I saw this person checking out my back. So, a win is a win, am I right? Doing these rows, right? And I was getting that full deep stretch, and also the entire time I was kind of like trying to make sure that I'm actually prioritizing my rear delts in the movement and not moving it with just my traps, right? Just because it's like, not that I don't care to grow my traps, it's not my like number one priority, but also I feel like you shouldn't neglect any particular muscle group, because a lot of girls are like, I want to build my traps because I don't look like a bulky man, and I don't want to look like a bulky man, but I don't think hitting my traps once a week is gonna make me look like a bulky man, you know what I mean? But anyways, my traps, like right here, it's so sore. Yeah, honestly, my rear delts are not really that sore right now, but like, holy good lord, like my neck too, like, but it's like, I swear I was using them perfect form, but also like my entire back is sore as well. And also like, I don't really like back days just because they're kind of boring, but yesterday I was doing it and I was actually enjoying it. But to me, just like back movements are so boring. Chest day, number one. Legs over back day. I'm sorry, back is so boring. That's my tier list. Somebody disagree with me. Everyone has already fought me on this decision. Anyways, it's gonna be enough yapping. I'm gonna go to therapy now. I'll talk to you later. All right, y'all, we're out of therapy. Great session as always. And you know what? Today, it was very like heartfelt and very like touching for the first time. Because
he's like not that sympathetic, right?
I was saying earlier how like he's a little bit of a red flag sometimes and he says some interesting things. And of course, you know, it wouldn't be a normal therapy session if he did not say his interesting choice of vocabulary words, right? But some good news. So like we talk about like EMS, which is oh god, I already forgot. Fuck. Exercise, mindfulness, and socializing, right? Social. Sorry about that. But my biggest issue is the S part, which is the social part, right? And we always talk about how like I need to socialize more and how I need to get out there and like not be such a loner loser, because that's like a lot of my, oh my god, I'm literally sharing like,
this is way too personal, but
it's okay, it's fine, right? But anyways, the point is I need to be more social. And so he was telling me, he was like, oh my god, this is probably like a good idea. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but I have this client who is also in college and she's in the same boat as you. And I was like, well, what boat am I in? And he says, well, the boat of needing more friends. And I was like, okay, tell me more. And so he was saying that this girl who is in college, just like me, is looking for friends, and she has the same exact name as me, just spelt with a different letter. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, right? And then he was like, would you be interested in like, I don't know, having a friend or something? And I was like, yeah, totally, right? My initial reaction to things like that is always like kind of being a little bit apprehensive, right? But I literally need to step outside the box and actually like do the things that I want to do, right? And he was literally saying, or he was saying like, yeah, it's so funny y'all didn't run into each other because she came here exactly 5 minutes before you got here. And I was like, what the hell, right? And so anyways, I'm hoping that like we could actually, I don't know, be friends or something, right? Because, you know, we literally have the same therapist, and he said that some of our problems are the same too. So it's like, how awesome could that be, right? Literally bonding through therapy, right? And also like, he was actually just so comforting today. And like, I don't know, it felt really nice, like for once getting the therapy I want from my therapist, right? No, I'm kidding, that's being a little bit dramatic, but I'm so excited for later today. But right now the plan is I'm gonna go to the grocery store because there are these, if you don't know, Elle Gibson on TikTok, she makes these brownie date balls, and I make them all the time, and my batch has ran out. So I really want to make some, and I'm gonna make them with y'all, and I'll show you how to make them if you don't know already. But they're super simple and they're super yummalicious. So we're gonna make that little sweet treat later. Oh shit, I'm like walking into incoming traffic. But I'll show y'all how I make those, and then yeah, we're gonna go to the grocery store and gather supplies, and yeah, that'll be it for now. Okay, so currently I'm picking out the chocolate that I need, which I'm gonna go with one of these bars, the Ferrero Rocher, because it's like, I love me a Ferrero Rocher on their own. And the chocolate bar ones, oh my god, they're so good. They also have dark chocolate and a white chocolate. I tried the dark chocolate last time and it tasted very chalky, like it tasted kind of old. So I'm just gonna go with the milk one. I love these Hue chocolate bars, but I don't know, like they're so expensive and I don't want to use them on this project, right? I might go for one of these. It's caramel filled, potentially good. The strawberry is the size of like an apple. All right, we're back home from the grocery store. I also took a visit to the cafe because apparently they really revamped and like, I don't know, changed it up. So I just got like, I just wanted to go in to see what it's like, and all I wanted was a espresso over ice because I'm gonna make my own latte, because I don't like to pay $1 million bazillion for a latte that is gonna be like mediocre. So what I'm gonna do is I have my little kind of acidic, I'm not gonna lie, like really acidic actually. I think it's a bit of a darker roast maybe, I don't know. It's still, it's fine, I'm gonna drink it, right? But I have some protein powder in there and I'm gonna mix it up with some milk, and that's my little hack to make a little protein iced latte. Oh my god, my camera was like falling into the sink. How embarrassing. But yeah, that's my little hack to make like a little protein iced latte. It's not even a hack. Like I've been doing this for years, and I highly suggest if you want to get protein in and you like, well, you don't like protein shakes, because I hate mixing protein powder with water. Like it's really gross for me. So this way it's so yummy. I just mix it with some milky milk, and then I grab a good old little shaker guy. And then just shake it around, so simple. And then once this is blended, I'm going to pour it into the ice cup. Okay, let's give her a little taste test. Straw through. It's solid. The espresso is still a little bit acidic for my taste, but I used coconut flavored protein powder. So if you want like a whatever flavored iced latte, protein powder hack will save you that. Also, to be fair to this cafe, I did order decaf, or I ordered a half calf espresso, and decaf is always gonna taste way worse, but it's like, kind of late. It's already 2 p.m. and I don't want to be like too jittery, you know, all day, but I did get half calf, which I know is going to taste worse. So, but anyways, I also want to make those little brownie balls that I was talking about. So right now I'm soaking some dates in hot water. This is what they look like. Honestly, the appearance of dates really freaks me out because they look like cockroaches, and like they look really gross, but they taste so good. They have like a really nice caramelly flavor if you hadn't tried them yet. It's like this dessert that I'm making is kind of like on the healthier side in the sense like the ingredients are good, so they're easier to digest. So here's the chocolate I ended up going with. The chocolate isn't technically like the healthiest because I could have gone with like the Hue chocolate bar and gone with the healthy route, but it's just so expensive. And like if I get that chocolate, I'm literally eating it to like savor the flavor and like savor the high quality ingredients. So I ended up going with these other ones that aren't particularly healthy, but you know what? You're not here to judge me for my health, okay? The other ingredients are gonna be healthy, so these ones don't have to be. So I went with the Ferrero Rocher chocolate bar, like I said. I ended up getting the milk chocolate because I tried the dark chocolate and it tasted ashy as hell. They also had white chocolate, but I hate white chocolate. And then I ended up going with a Lindt chocolate bar just because there's so much volume, and this is a new one, clearly. I've never seen this one before though, and it has little crispy wafers, so I'm hoping that that adds a nice little pizzazz to my little date balls. Sorry, my friend is texting me. I texted my best friend about bike meet that I'm going to later today, and she was asking me if I'm gonna like talk to people or just look at bikes. I'm gonna try my best to talk to people. I feel like I'm kind of a shy person, I'm not gonna lie. Like it depends, because it's like once I get to know somebody, even just a little bit, oh, I can talk for days. I'll never shut up. For me to go out of my way to introduce myself to somebody, that's when I'm like uncomfortable. I don't like to do it, you know what I mean? Here's the chocolate bar.
Huh?
Bruh, what the hell? It said it's gonna have crispy wafers. That's what it says. What the heck? Maybe there's some crispy wafers within here. Bitch, where? It's not focusing. The crispy wafers are like so minuscule. I was expecting like actual little wafers. Okay, there is some, but it's gonna get lost in there. Wait, that's actually really delicious. Oh my god. Okay, so I think I'm gonna time lapse me making the little brownie balls, and then you'll just see the end result because it's gonna be too much for me to explain. But if you really want to get the recipe, I'm eyeballing it. I don't really follow like an exact like measurements to measurements, but look up Elle Gibson on TikTok. Really yummy. She has a million recipes, so you'll be able to find one easily. But yeah, let's make some balls. Alright y'all, them hoes been in the freezer. Oh shit. I feel like they could have been freezing a little longer maybe. Here's the progress because my camera died whilst I was rolling the balls out. But here's what they look like so far. I feel like they look pretty good. I did like a variety of sizes. The batter tastes amazing. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put them back in the freezer to harden up a little bit. And then I'm gonna melt some chocolate down. And then once it's all melted up, I'm gonna dip all of them in the chocolate. It's gonna be delicious. And also what I do is I take hazelnuts, chop them up very finely until it looks like that. And then, yeah, I'm putting it, this is my cup with all the chocolate bars in it. And so I'm gonna melt down the chocolate, and then the chocolate's gonna be all like chunky and hazelnutty so that when I pour the balls in, it's gonna look like a Ferrero Rocher. Like, you know, the balls where it has like the little crunchy exterior, that's what it's gonna look like. And that's what it kind of tastes like too. So yeah, I'm gonna pop this in the microwave and then I'll show you the dipping process perhaps. That shit is hot. Oh, this lighting is horrible. You cannot see anything. Oh my god, this shit is hot. What the hell? My cup has not been this hot in the past. Wait, this actually like looks yummy though. You know what? Okay, y'all, the balls are ready. I'm gonna go in and have a little taste test of one of them. They're not as frozen as they could be right now. I don't like to eat them when they're like really like refrigerated and frozen like, but anyways, let's give it a little taste test. Oh my god. They're definitely very melted still right now. I got a little impatient, but please try these like. I don't know if you could see the detail on that bite. Oh my god. Just so rich and chocolatey. Hey y'all, so I just finished up editing one of my videos and right now I'm just chilling around like watching some YouTube. Getting lightly ready just because like I'm gonna leave the house soon in like an hour though, so I still have a lot of time, right? But okay, so earlier I was saying how like my therapist set me up with this, or is trying to set me up this like girl basically, like to be friends, right? And we have the same name, we are both like in search of friends, and he was like, would you be interested in that, right? Like finding friends. And I was like, I mean, obviously I want more friends, and I think I literally said this earlier, so I might just cut this out if I'm repeating myself, right? But essentially I obviously am looking to have more friends, and I don't want to just like sit here and be like,
no, actually I'm not interested,
because how am I going to complain about having no friends and then also put no effort into making any, right? But anyways, I just wrapped up editing my video and I've been so productive in terms of like editing videos, and I've been really on top of it, I feel, as well as with school and everything. I just feel like I'm on top of everything. But she just texted me. I'm so happy because, okay, this might be a little, not immature of me, but I was just like a little bit scared. So, cause when I got out of my therapy session, I was like, okay, well, do I text her? Like he gave me her phone number. She said she was okay with it. He passed along the phone number, but I'm just like, I don't know. I was like shy. I was like, what do I say? Cause I feel like, I don't know. It's like, I'm such a people pleaser. Like I want people to like me, right? But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, right? And anyways, I've just been sitting around at home. I finished editing. Like now my brain is kind of like clear, cause like I don't have like things invading my brain. And I was like, oh shit, I should probably text her. Let me like try to think of something to say, right? So I go to the bathroom to piss real quick and I hear a notification and I was like, let me just make sure, like on my phone, right? Which is rare for me as I have no friends. I'm kidding. I am full of friends. You say what you are, and this is my manifestation. Anyways, but I'm going to the bathroom to go tinkle winkle, and I return to my room and I go on my phone and I see a text from Girly, and she seems so nice. We have like 4 texts between the two of us so far, but like this is literally what like there's not much on here, but I was like I don't know, she texts like me. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I don't know, but she was like, I don't know what to say, and I was like, I didn't know what to say either, and we're just like, I don't know. It's just fun. Like I feel giddy already. Yippee, I might be making friends. Okay. And then, oh my god, guys, I don't know if I said in the vlog, but I saw a Yamaha earlier today. I think it was an R3. I'm not sure, but either way, it was my first Yamaha sports bike that I've seen in New York City, I think. At least since I've been paying attention to them. I'm sorry that the background noise is so infuriating. I'm aware of it. Okay, we're all aware of it, but what can you do? But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this segment, and then I'm gonna go to the bike meet soon and look at some bikies. I can't wait. See you later. Okay, y'all, I officially left the house and I'm headed towards the motorcycle meet. Bro, 100,000,000%. I'm already seeing so many bikies out right now. Like, and I know that they are specifically going to this meet. Like, there's no way. Because the thing is, like, in New York City, it is so rare to see, like, fun bikies. Like, I see in my neighborhood, I see a lot of Harleys. But even then, a lot to me is, like, 1 or 2 maybe a week. Like, that. Even 1 a week is like a lot, but I just saw a bikie and it like looked really sick, and the dude had some crazy gear on, right? So I just know he's gonna be there. I just can't wait to see these bikies. Oh my god, that was literally exhilarating seeing that person for 5 seconds. So I can only imagine what I'm about to get into within the next little portion here. But the issue is that I didn't realize like it is walking distance, but the walk is 40 minutes. So, you know, average New Yorker commute. But yeah, I'll see you when I get there. I'm actually freaking out. I already saw a Yamaha. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. I can't wait to see all the bikies. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys, look at this. These 2 guys rode up here together. I love seeing like a nice bike. Look how gorgeous. Oh my god, that one is beautiful. I believe this road is blocked off. I'm kind of early, I'm not gonna lie. There's not that many people, but like, okay. Cool, Honda Lanzas. So basically, there's like a little coffee shop thing here, and the shop is really tiny. Like, I was just kind of like, I pulled up here and I was just like looking around, and some guy was like,
It's okay, they don't bite.
and I'm like, Okay, I guess. I just feel a little bit like empty-handed almost because like I don't have a bikey here. Sorry, there's a Subway right there. That's why the volume is so crazy. Yeah, so I'm still a little bit early, I guess, because there's a Ducati inside the shop, right? But it's like literally imagine a cafe, just like a very tiny size cafe, and then like a motorcycle in there. You're like, why is there a motorcycle? Like it's meant to be a shop, but it's really small, like very small. Like imagine just your average little cafe that you go to, and like there's like 2 seats in there. There's no seating in there because there's 3 motorcycles in there. They're like for show. You can't ride them at all. They look very kind of worn down. But oh my god, I see more bikies. No, they're mopeds. Okay, love for mopeds still. JK. But I'm gonna wait for more bikies to pull up. Check out all the bikies. I've been yapping it up with the dudes who have the Yamaha right here and the Kawasaki. Oh my god, the lights. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna try and go around the other side because I want to check out the other bikies, but I swear I just saw an R7 roll up here, but I'm not sure. They just drove past. I think they're gonna try and come back around. Holy good god. I cannot even. This white is sick, bro. Person rolled up. They have like a whole GoPro and everything on their helmet. Bright lights. Oh my god, this is so cool! Look at them! Moped. Guys, I'm actually ovulating so hard. I'm actually gonna everywhere. Oh my god. R1, you know, I'm gonna look up his Instagram too. Oh my goodness, this blue R1M. I'm actually going to throw up. This is so gorgeous. Look at the gold details too. I hope they don't mind that I'm just recording the fuck out of their bike. This is sick, dude. Holy shit, I think I'm okay to leave now, y'all. This is the most gorgeous bike I've seen today. Oh, I'm beautiful. I'm actually gonna make this the thumbnail of my video, probably. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye to my friends. Oh my god, that was so fun, guys. Literally just saw the most gorgeous, like I'm not kidding you. I was getting ready to leave because I'm fucking freezing, and it's raining right now. And it's just so cold. I saw that R1 pull up, the all black. Oh my god, so gorgeous. I literally told that guy, I was like, dude, your bike is the most gorgeous bike here, like this is it. And he was just like, oh, do you ride whatever? And I was like, no, I don't, but I backpack my friends' bikes, right? The like one time that I literally did, okay, like when I was in Arizona last, I was backpacking on the homie's bike. That's about it. But he was like, yeah, it's okay, you can backpack. And I was like, what? Dude, the first person I talked to, he was just like, we were just chatting and I was telling him I don't have a bike or anything, right? And he was like, nah, man, like, don't tell me that because now I want to let you ride mine. And I was like,
Huh?
guys, what are we on? Like, why are y'all just letting some random hoe who's interested in bikes ride at y'all shit, right? Like, I don't know. That was so fun though. Literally, like, all those gorgeous bikes, especially the black one at the end. The guy was kind of a little bit creepy, I'm not gonna lie, but he was just like, yeah, offers on the table. You want to go for a ride in the summertime or something? We can get to know each other. And I was just like, and I just kept staring at it, I'm not gonna lie, just because it's literally so gorgeous. Oh my god, I'm gonna put it up on the screen one more time just for y'all to see like that beauty of a bike, right? But really nice. I exchanged some info with people. Well, not like I was just exchanging like bike meet info just because I want to go to more down the line when it's not so cold. Plus it's also just started raining, so I feel bad for all these guys who have to go home now in this fucking rain. Hopefully everyone's all safe and stuff, and I'm literally so cold, so I have to run home now. But yeah, I still can't believe that guy offered for me to like backpack, and he was like, yeah, offers on the table. I'm like, dude, don't tell me that because I literally will take you up on your offer. Like, I don't care who you are. I mean, at the same time I do care because he was all like, you know, obviously we're strangers, I don't want to put you in danger or anything. I was like, yeah, no, of course I get that. But his bike was so beautiful. I said it like 5 times. I was like, dude, your bike is perfect. Oh my god, if I like, my dream bike is probably that R1 all black. Okay, well, that's an exhilarating way to end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If y'all want more moto vlogs, I don't even have a bike. I'm just like a fucking, what do you call it when like, oh my god, when someone's wearing like a band t-shirt but they don't know the band. What the fuck is that word? Oh my god, why am I like blanking out on the word? Fuck. I'm gonna put it up on the screen because it's pissing me off now. But anyways, that's gonna be all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next vlog. Comment down below any of your silly comments, your silly thoughts. I love hearing from y'all. But yeah, that's gonna be all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.